Okay, so how's it going, everybody? Goodday here, and guys, we are back with some more building with Goodday. Kinda. I mean, to be fair, this isn't exactly going to be an actual building with Goodday per se. It's going to be more like it's going to be more like oh, how can I put this? It's going to be more of a pitch meeting and stuff because I had a major Archimedes moment last night, believe it or not. About what was it about? That my magnum opus for like a special movie series and stuff on my channel. But in the meantime, while I talk with you guys about it, feel free to follow along, etc. And watch as we make modifications to our city. Be quite simple, actually. Anyways, so you guys already know the basic synopsis of the plot. Basically, alien space Nazis have come down from space and they have made a sentient, cardboard boxes sentient, and they are, well, being used as their own private army, pretty much. I mean, what you guys try and come up with a different, you know, a different plot synopsis for a crazy original story like this. Actually, yeah, I'd like to see you guys do better. Considering how ridiculous this original idea is, I would like to see you guys do better, actually. Like, if anyone's on the Discord server, go ahead and post up your ideas and how you would actually, attempt it. Anyways, oh yeah, in the meantime, I'm actually going to be working on my city project while I, like give you guys the basic idea of this little mini pitch meeting that I got going on here. All right. So, anyways, oh, where was I? Oh yeah. So yeah, pretty much, I already got part 2 and 3 set up for, you know, the first trilogy. Except maybe I might remake the first movie. So it'd be kind of sort of basically a redone, you know, version of the story with a little bit more, like character motivation, plot advancement, etc. And oh, um, oh, what was I thinking on doing? Um, um, oh yeah. I okay, yeah. I pretty much just stated gonna, what I was gonna do for it, pretty much. And well, yeah. So I think I might actually remake the first episode of the trilogy. I mean, I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? I mean, do you think it's good enough? Or do you think I should probably do a remake of it? And that way I can, you know, get the franchise started from there instead of a basic concept video that was recorded for YouTube. Yeah, because ironically enough, that was actually supposed to be just a fun backyard movie and stuff. But to be fair, yeah, it kind of sort of blew up overnight at that when it was first released. So now I'm trying to decide whether I should remake the video into a whole new franchise and call that just like a spec video or something, or leave it the way it is and I work it off from it. Yeah, work off from there. I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm trying to really actually give some deep and you know some real deep thought into this. Oops. Okay, maybe that shouldn't be. Alright. But yeah, I'm still trying to decide whether I should remake the movie, but anyways, so that's just, you know, basic me thinking out loud kind of stuff. Anyways, so basically part 1 is obviously what you guys saw. It introduces us to our two main heroes and stuff. And of course it ends on a cliffhanger where it seems like the main character's pal dies, but alright, spoiler alert, he comes back in part 3. But so and then part 2, of course, yeah, and then part 1, yeah, you guys have already seen it. And then part 2 would probably introduce the new squad on the block, codename Delta Squad at the moment because of how awesome that sounds. But that's beside the point. The point is, okay, gosh, I'm getting I'm losing my mind. Keep losing my train of thought. Oh well. Well, anyway, so I'm back to what I was trying to say, and hopefully I won't lose my train of thought this time. So, part 2 introduces Delta Squad. A relatively new squad on the block, but they're not what you would expect for a new squad on the block. More on that later. I know, I know, I know I probably shouldn't spoil anything, but this is just a pitch meeting, okay, guys? Because let's face it, this just feels like it could work for an actual movie. I just have to figure out how to, fix it up so that way it could be an actual movie. All right. So, anyways, where was I? Oh yes. So part 2. So Delta Squad. So we're automatically introduced to this, Delta Squad people and stuff. Again, probably a pair of guys, but there's more to the squad than meets the eye. Well, I mean that goes for all the different squads that are played up in the franchise, but or in the first 3 movies of the franchise, but more on that later. Actually, no, I might as well go ahead and expand upon that later. Basically, they're assembled into a large squad of 8 men, or 8 women if you want to include Zeta Squad and all that. Yeah, just to appease the whole, feminist side of stuff, and also so that way we can also, yeah, have a little bit of gender equality, of course. One squad comprised entirely of females. Again, say, not too similar from the other squads. Yeah, so basically 8 guys in one squad split up into 4 different, 2-man strike teams. That kind of sort of explains why my character's friend and his, yeah, my character and his friend, who was also my friend in real life, oddly enough, could, kind of sort of explains why they go in by themselves and they don't have any other, squad members to help them. Because, they're 2 men, basically a squad of 8 men, which makes up 4 strike teams, 2-man strike teams. So it makes sense. It kind of makes sense when you guys think about it. So there you go. Also, yeah, plot. Yeah, that kind of sort of fixes the whole plot hole of having 8 guys in a squad, except we send 2 guys in and 2 guys in only. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, so part 2 opens up Delta Squad, etc. Then they end up trying to find me, and then we find out that the whole plot is centered around this literal plot device. At the moment, I'm just dubbing it the power source, but because to be fair, that's what it is. It's again, it's probably going to be a very cheap prop, but at the same time, All right, I even like thought of like the technical details of it entirely. It's like measures in 12 power energy. Yeah, I that whole energy theory that was around for a while back in the 70s, I think. Or I don't know whether it's an actual thing or not. To be fair with you guys, because I'm not exactly. Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you guys, but I know like 12 power energy that could probably. Yeah. So then all I can really estimate is that it could probably be all of the power stations that provide electricity for the people of Earth, including small store-bought generators combined times infinity, pretty much. I mean, that's the best way I could describe 12 power energy to those of you guys who are less versed in technology. Anyways, so potentially has the power to be a pretty insane form of power generation. It's actually, to be fair, kind of cool. Oh, also on a side note, here I think I'm gonna start up construction on a office building. Very simple office building. So yeah, figures and stuff, right? Anyways, so now that that's out of the way, we oh man, what was it? Oh yeah. So it could have the potential to be pretty much, pretty much. How can I put this? It has the potential to be a unlimited power source, pretty much. Like that's how insane this thing is. I mean, I'm just saying that I know it's probably like some kind of power generation like that. It couldn't be possible in today's modern world, but hey, that's why it's called sci. Oh gosh, that's why it's called sci-fi. Like seriously, that's why it's called sci-fi, people. It's science mixed in with a little bit of fiction. That's pretty much it. Anyways, but in falling into the wrong hands, it could possibly be used as a nuclear ICBM warhead or integrated into the warhead of an ICBM. Don't ask me. I mean, that don't ask me how they're able to integrate it, but just know that it's a very powerful super weapon if that's the case. Because, oh, let me get a head count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, all good there. Now, pretty much, how can I put this? It's probably going to be really destructive, to say the least. Okay, sorry, I just had to fix that up a bit. Anyways, oh, and we're probably gonna have a 5 block gap in here. Alright, maybe I should have done this whole pitch meeting on an episode of Just Cause 3 instead of Building with Goodday, because Building with Goodday obviously takes a lot of concentration. But anyways, but I guess I could work through that. Anyways, um, what the heck was I thinking? Oh, yeah, so the power source, basically, it could either be used as a potential space, like 1, 2, 3. I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, sorry. Just wanted to make sure I got a exact head count right there. Anyway, so with that being said, got yeah, that's here's what we got for an office building real quick. Actually, I'm gonna use a sidewalk for this one. Ah, perfect. Okay, so yeah, pretty much if it were loaded into an ICBM, nuclear or otherwise, yeah, nuclear ICBM or just a normal ICBM, that could just cause massive amounts of damage. Let's just say that it could be semi bad for any inhabitants of, well, anywhere in the world. Like, well, actually, no, it's not even a major inconvenience. It's just going to be like an extinction level event if it hits the USA. So get this. Let's just say that the missile infused with this whole power source thing gets connected to, or I mean, shall we say, destructicates the yeah. Wait, destructicate, is that even a word? I don't know, but who cares? It makes it sound funny and cool. Anyway, let's just say if it hits Southern California, say the LA County area where the San Andreas fault line is, a crater that would be 15 miles wide by 3 to 5 miles deep would be the resulting would be from the resulting destruction. So in other words, it probably wouldn't just be enough to dislodge the tectonic plates that are to dislodge the San Andreas fault line. It would be enough to just, well, there's no better way to put it except oh, I meant to fill this up with water to give it a yeah. Anyways, pretty much let's just say that not only would the San Andreas fault line be completely destroyed, well, most of it. Yeah, and well, still to the point to where half of Southern California would be completely underwater. But it would also cause enough seismic activity to, well, instigate the whole awakening process of Yellowstone National Park. Yep, so pretty much the resulting tremor from the destruction of Southern California would then make Yellowstone National Park extremely active, like even more active than it already is, to the point to where it would probably destroy the rest of the western United States. Yep. And then, finally, one simple problem. The rest of the USA on the eastern seaboard won't be safe, my friends. If that were to happen, then we're screwed. Reason being is because, bone meal, there we go. It's because of one simple thing, my friends. And that one simple thing, oops, get rid of all the grass there, is that the resulting explosion from the Yellowstone supervolcano would more than likely cause major earthquakes, probably destroying half the city skylines in the majority of the eastern seaboard. We're talking New York to Washington, D.C., etc. So we're talking a major extinction level event that could mean the end of human civilization here in the USA. If we're hit anywhere else in the galaxy, if we were hit anywhere else in the world, I have yet to determine the amount of destruction that could happen. But really picture that. Really try to picture that. That would be very interesting, to say the least, for the amount of destruction. Anyways, so yeah, now that I got the lowdown and stuff, pretty much, so of course, part two opens. Wondering what the heck, who the heck are these guys and stuff. Like, are they gonna fall into the same trap as, you know? Oh, excuse me. Okay, are they gonna fall into the same trap as our previous heroes, or shall I say, wannabe heroes? Anyways, so joking aside, actually no, they came in to rescue me and hopefully my commander at the same time, who was my best friend, of course. Who's my character, the main character. I mean, but all right, yeah, I'm gonna refer to my character as the main character from now on, or for at least this first trilogy. So first trilogy, of course. I mean, okay, so and then of course the second part of the trilogy, Delta Squad comes in, or at least the two-man strike team, of course. And then, well, they come in to rescue me and hopefully my commander. And the commander, of course, being the, you know, main character's best friend. So I'll just call him main character's best friend for now. But anyways, yeah, but unfortunately, he got away. And or at least unfortunately for the aliens, anyways, he got away. And unfortunately for us as well, because, we could use all the help we can get. But fortunately, the main reason why they came back was to rescue me. Why? More on that later. Reason being, yeah, more on that later, but the reason why they came back was because, alright, drumroll please, plot twist, they are from the future. I swear, I'm not making that up. We literally have a time travel plot in the middle of the movie. Oh yeah, I wish I was making that up, but hey, time travel, if done right, can be pretty interesting. And hopefully, we've done this right. Anyway, so pretty much the way the whole plot goes from here is kind of interesting. Basically, what we're trying to do is save the human race, obviously. Well, all that cliche goodness. But that's not the only thing. The other thing is because, well, what I'm trying to say is that this will actually be revealed at a later date, which could be later in the video if I can stop losing my train of thought, for crying out loud. Right, anyways, so pretty much we're just joined the stream. Welcome. I'm kind of explaining to my potential future audience here the ins and outs of my magnum opus while I'm building my city project, of course. Anyway, so of course part one. So alright, so part two. Great, I lost my train of thought, but not. It wasn't because of you joining. No, no. I've been losing my train of thought all morning. Tells me I should have done this on an episode of Just Cause 3 or something. What am I talking about? Oh, a future movie I plan on making for my channel. I call it Humans versus Cardboard Boxes. Don't ask. It's a very weird story. It's a very weird and somewhat original story, which you can probably tell why it stayed an original story, because no one in their right mind would actually think of something this ludicrous. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The plot line is space Nazis, or in this case alien Nazis, come down to Earth and start causing trouble, and they make cardboard boxes sentient as their own little private army kind of thing. It's very weird. In fact, it sounds a little bit more ridiculous than it sounds. It's actually a little bit more ridiculous than it sounds. Trust me. So, and also part one is actually already posted on my channel. I was gonna actually, yeah. Since I'm talking about this whole like future movie franchise thing, might as well give a link to that video in the description. Not description, comment section. Yeah, but in the meantime, I'm making a modern office building. Yeah, so I know it's probably gonna be a lot to process, and that much I can tell you for sure. But in the end, it's probably gonna in the end, it's probably gonna give me some opportunities to make some merch based on the movie, and it will just propel me up into the stratosphere. Hopefully. As, yeah, sure, I'm making it just because, it's my dream movie. I feel like I could make it. Except at the same time, yeah, all I can see at this point, at least for the future of my life wise, dollar signs, money. Well, kind of. I mean, to be fair, guys, yeah, I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. I enjoy the job. I don't know those guys, actually. At least, I don't think I know those guys. They sound familiar, but I thought they died. I thought one of them died years ago. But actually, yeah, to my memory, no, I don't know those guys. But yeah, anyway, so back to what I was saying. It's not exactly a perfect movie. Nah, I don't know them. They must have seen my YouTube channel, and that's why they're talking about me a lot. I mean, that's the only logical explanation. Anyways, so, oh, so where was I? Oh, yes, yeah, like I said, it's a very stupid, corny idea, but in the end, it could mean lots and lots of dollar signs. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. If I can't remember, then it didn't happen. Therefore, yeah. If I can't remember, therefore it didn't happen. Anyways, so, oh, where the, okay, what was I saying? Oh, yes. Yeah, like I was trying to make perfectly clear, it's, like I said, it's not, you know, gonna be primarily for the money. I'm doing it because, it's my dream. It's my dream movie at this point. Yeah. Anyways, so what kind of modern doors did I use over here? Ah, dark oak. Okay, looking good. I think I would remember. I think I would remember, but whatever. But whatever the case may be, allow me to finish. So, so, so yeah, like, nah, nah. It's not that I hated them. They hated. It's not that I hated them. It's just that they hated me by disliking some of my videos. Which kind of sort of came up with the whole. Which is why I kind of sort of came up with the whole joke of the homo Mexicans who are allied with PETA. Don't ask. I was very high at the time. Anyways, so I just remember that some of them came after me by disliking some of my videos. But hey, that's the past. The homo Mexicans, they gone. Anyways, so now I'm. Alright, so moving on. So, part two, we're trying to track down this whole power source type device. It's pretty much a literal plot device. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's literally what it is. Well, I thought some of them were, but anyways, well, that's beside the point. The point is that I'm just trying to think on. Oh, well, great, losing my train of thought big time. That's fantastic. All right. Anyways, so oh, there we go. I got my train of thought back. Okay, so, who? Yeah, who cares? Anyways, so so pretty much, oops. So we got the main character meets up with this new squad. He's all like, "Who are you guys? Like, who sent you?" And then like, we'll explain later cliche. And yeah, insert we'll explain later cliche here. And oh, well, I need to really think on how this is gonna work for the movie trilogy here, because really it's just a giant mess of a project that I have yet to, well, complete. Anyways, so yeah, I already went over the technical specs of this whole power source thing, and yeah, it could be used for infinite energy, or it could be loaded into an ICBM. Matt 57 games. Wait, I can't. Mango Mayhem. Dude, I remember you. Like, yeah. Yeah, man. I remember you, dude. That's cool. See, now that guy I remember because he actually helped me grow the channel. And kind of sort of helped me turn this series you are watching right now into my flagship series. So, thank you, Mango Mayhem. Anyway, so the reason why there's also a kinda in the title is because I'm also doing like a pitch meeting and stuff for this little, for my magnum opus, if you will. There we go, that's better. Actually, perfect. That's better. Oh, thank you, thank you. There's actually been a lot of change since you've last been here. Basically, it's Good Day to Die 15. It's my YouTube channel name. I thought that was kind of obvious. Yeah, as you can see, over the past 54 episodes, I've been extremely busy. Like, extremely busy. Yep, very easy. Anyway, so back to the whole excuse me. Back to the whole movie concept stuff. Oh, nice little mansion that I built there. Guess you could probably add that to your city plan if you want. Right? Right? And dang, that's how far I managed to get with them. Anyways, so man, but it's nice to finally have another familiar I can't speak today. A familiar face back on the channel again. Oh. Alright. That should be good. Yep, everything's lined up. Wait. Hold on. That's better. Give it a little bit more potential detail, so to speak. Anyways, so where was I? Oh yes, so part 2, the whole power source thing, we gotta track that thing down. Only to find out, hey, the rest of Delta Squad is dead. What a shock. Well, to be fair, I think it might actually be just there for pointless shock value because you don't exactly see the guys. So you don't exactly see the guys get killed, nor do you actually meet the guys before that point. So for all intents and purposes, they're just pointless red shirts killed off screen, just for pointless shock value. Yep, so then finally, it's about that time when the rest of the Delta Squad reveal, or kind of begrudgingly, I might add, reveal that they're from the future. Yes, I know, time travel, kind of confusing, and to be fair, I hate temporal mechanics myself. Right, anyways, so, now all I need to really... Oh, what the frick was I... Oh, crap, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So, pretty much they reveal to our hero that they are from the... Has followed you. Thank you, man. I'll be sure to... I'll be sure to, look into it more on the, when I got time. Because I got a very busy day ahead of me after this. And, okay. So it's pretty much the same on each side. I'm just, trying to make sure I got the patterns down right. What time is it where I am? Oh, it's 10:40 in the morning. And GST time zone, of course. Or MST time zone, whatever they call it these days. Yeah. Let me guess. You're back east in the eastern United States, or... Let me guess. You're either eastern United States or you're in the BST time zone somewhere in Europe, which is completely fine. I mean, I'm glad my show is actually going international a lot sooner than I thought. That's actually pretty dang cool, if you ask me. Oh, yep, BST. Okay then. Well then, it's official. I made it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see, I have some family who live in that same time zone, and yeah. I am very familiar with the 10-hour time difference and stuff. Some tea and crumpets. Oh man, I could really go for some of my mama's lemon tea right now, actually, and that actually sounds really good. Dang it! Now you got me craving tea. All right, so okay, lost my train of thought yet again, but don't worry, guys. I'm still alive, I think. Anyway, so yeah, let's just say, and so Delta Squad themselves, they're from a very alternative future, different from the one you might see in the sequel trilogy, but more on that later. But let's just say that this whole mission is bent on them saving saving the world in the past to prevent the well future from happening. It's the best way to describe this alternative future, which is going to be post-apocalyptic, by the way. Best way I can describe it is the post-apocalyptic world of the Terminator as seen through the eyes of Ghost of Christmas Future. That's the best way I can describe it. But anyways, but more on that plot line later. But basically, after that, favorite game of all time. Like all time or just like modern games? Because if we're talking modern games, Just Cause 3 probably. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love a game where you could just explode stuff? Am I right? And old gen. Okay, so from the old gen stuff, I would say Spyro. Like the original Spyro. Also the original Crash Bandicoot. Oh wow, those games were the stuff back then. And Just Cause 4 is in December. Yep. And hype, and guess who's going to be getting it either on Christmas Day or release day? Most likely Christmas Day, because after the Star Wars Battlefront of 2015, I've learned not to pre-order games until I actually, you know, find more information on said games. All right. Also, just making sure I got the windows down, which I do, of course. So, basic multi-story office building right here, people. It's not even that, not even that bad, or not even that easy. Yeah, by bad I mean hard. Yeah, that would be that would be pretty odd to say the least. Yeah, to say the least, that'd be pretty odd, but at the same time, that would actually be pretty cool as well. And I'm gonna pull out the whole pixel generator that I got here that can help me map out circles through pixels. Yeah, yeah, more people would buy the game. Which, to be fair, that's a very sound piece of logic right there. To be honest with you, like I'm gonna be perfectly real with you here and say that's a perfectly, you know, yeah, perfectly, shall we say, acceptable form of logic right there, which is pretty well lacking nowadays, if you ask me. Oliver Maud. I hope I pronounced that right. Otherwise, yeah, just whatever. Anyways, oops. Just trying to find the center for this. Here. So it might be offset a bit, but that's alright. Actually. This might be better. Nice build. Thanks. It's a part of my city project. I already got a few builds set up, custom planes, etc. Now I'm working on a commerce type section. Alright, so 5. Oops. Yeah, something tells me this might not be big enough for that size circle, so oops. Kind of find the center. It might be a little offset, but that's all right. Right? All right. Maybe there we go. That's more like it. Good. And sorry guys, I'm also getting off track here. Okay, so now the part two, of course, Delta Squad, blah blah blah, and then let's just say they you know, kind of sort of go into a final stand kind of thing. It's it's very it's very odd the way I have it set up. Do I like Fortnite or not? It's passable. I don't play it as much as everyone else. The only thing I don't enjoy about it is that it used to be like Minecraft back in Minecraft's heyday. It's where every squeaker and his mom loved the game. That and his or her mom loved the game with a passion. Me, on the other hand, yeah, kind of one of the main reasons why I dislike it is because, squeakers kind of eat it up like it's for breakfast and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But overall, it's a fun game. I'm not going to deny the fact that it is a fun game. Oops. Yeah. Right? Actually, to be fair, if I actually extended out the little floor plan section here, I could probably turn this into a hotel. Now that I think about it. Anyways, so see that concept that I was thinking of. Oh yeah. So part two, blah blah blah, and then as part two comes to a close, hey, guess what? Proximity sensors are going off, and we have company. Lots and lots of company. Yeah, to be fair, it might be that's a little homage to Galaxy Quest being all like, yeah, there's lots of red dots going toward the blue dot. And I think we're the blue dot. All that good stuff. Anyway, so also, just to keep in mind, people, never. You haven't got Spider-Man. Oh, not yet. Not yet, actually. In fact, to be fair, when it came to like Marvel and DC superheroes when I was younger, and Spider-Man was my idol back then. Man, those were good times. Those were good times back in the day. To be fair, still is when it comes to superheroes, although I do prefer others over Spider-Man now that I know some of their backstories, but whatevs, it's fine. Be back in 15 minutes. Cool. Bye for now. Alright. Anyways, so back to the whole concept thing. So the concept so pretty much so part 2 ends with our remaining heroes possibly either killed or captured. Yeah, spoiler alert, they got captured, not killed. Even though our villains should have killed them right then and there, but then again, we wouldn't have a plot for part 3. So, oh well. Anyways, so with the whole idea of that out in the open, I can finally go into part 3. So part 3 opens. I already got a script going for part 3, although part of it is kind of cheesy. I might have to go in and redo that. Yeah, as much as I love cheesy, let's face it, I was raised on cheesy when it came to the movies I was raised on. But yeah, other than that is, wait, I just want to make sure it's 3 blocks in the back, right? Oh no, it's 2 blocks in the back. Or, yeah, all right. So yeah, it's gonna be like cringe levels of cheese, but at the same time, it's gonna be pretty dang awesome. Did I go wrong here? Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so maybe I should focus more on this part of the build and then I'll continue what I was going to say. Alright, so 3. Wait, did I actually goof up here or something? Or I guess not. Alright, so, alright, new plan. I'm going to go ahead and yeah, just go ahead and fix all this up. Anyways, so let's just say that so part 3 opens, we're being interrogated, and I guess whether it be out of sheer stupidity for shock value or basically buying some time for our heroes not to be executed right then and there, one of the guys kind of sort of gets himself killed by insulting the alien a little too much. So yeah, yeah, but in the end, it kind of sort of works out for the best because it did buy us enough time for the rest of our heroes to regroup and actually be rescued. Yeah, so Beta Squad's a thing, and then yeah, so and Beta Squad is not from the future. I would like to clarify that. And luckily, the sixth member of the Delta Squad from the future actually got in contact with them. So yeah, you got. So for all intents and purposes, that's pretty much what you got. You got basically a Deus Ex Machina in the form of a lone survivor from the massacre of Delta Squad, pretty much. Yeah, so basically it is so basically and there will be like a line of dialogue in part 2 that will kind of sort of have the characters and the remaining Delta Squad members like speculate whether or not the their member of their squad got away. Yeah, got away. Anyways, so on to the next plot line. So then they're basically staying in that one location trying to plan out the attack, and then they actually get a call from Gamma Squad. And then it's just there for, again, pointless shock value, mostly because of one simple thing, and the fact is that Survivor, Iron Basis, how's it going, my dude? This isn't exactly what I expected for today's stream, because the original idea was Just Cause 3, but I figured, go ahead and do this instead. Oops. And me, I'm an idiot. I was I was capping off this. Actually, wait. Actually, no. I'm not going to cap this off just yet. I'm going to cap it off on the next level. Nice, man. Nice. And, yeah, I wasn't expecting to do this for today's stream. Like, on the contrary, I was actually expecting to do, like, Just Cause 3. Or, yeah, like, something fun like Just Cause 3. Obviously, that didn't happen. Maybe tomorrow, or hell, maybe if I decide to skip on the Twitch stream and do it, maybe if I decide to skip on this Twitch stream tonight, I can come back here for one more night before I go back to Twitch. well, the point is I'm, yeah, yeah. It's just I'm losing my train of thought. Sheesh. Right? Perfect. That looks good. Anyways, so how can I put this in a way that actually makes sense? Basically, I'm building your dream home. Actually, no, I'm building an office building. Nah, my dream home I already made. It's over here. I did a multi-day build on it. A nice modern looking mansion with lots and lots of rooms, a helicopter pad, a spot in the backyard that's big enough for a pool, and a giant driveway that might as well be a small road in and of itself. Yeah, I mean, as depressing as the idea of an office building sounds, it actually isn't that bad because I am doing it for my city project. Anyways, but it's also just one of those episodes where basically you guys can follow along if you want, but in the meantime, I'm going to be talking something completely different, which in essence was my, you know, yeah, was, is, or not was, but is my magnum opus. I mean, Gold Dream Home. Yeah, but good luck trying to get a private helicopter pad there. I mean, realistically speaking. But hey, that's what dreams are for. Anyways, so just gonna cap this off right here. And I say at this point in time, if you guys want to make the office buildings higher, like similar to my apartment buildings over there, you want to try and make this thing higher? Okay. Just I mean, all you got to do is just come up with a different pattern for different windows. Yeah, I mean different window patterns, just to keep things interesting, and then there you go. Oh, yeah, but no offense to anyone who has this disability, but anyone who has OCD in the room is probably going to be freaking out right now. But in the end, but in the end, this is how I decided to do it. Anyway, so part three, of course, we got our heroes planning and stuff. Then oh yeah, and the setting for the climax of the third movie, somewhere called Compound 99, or it must have been codenamed something else, but let's just say it's an abandoned Soviet base in the heart of Africa. Why would the Soviet Union have a base in the heart of a satellite station in the heart of Africa? Who knows? I wasn't a part of the Union as far as I know, so I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm dyslexic. Well, to be fair, I'm gonna be honest here and say so am I to a certain extent. So you're fine, pal. You're fine. Anyway, so going on the inside here, we're just gonna go ahead and have upper slabs on each floor. Oh, I almost forgot about the this floor right here. Anyways, so So yeah, and then yeah, so if you ignore everything when it comes to logic and reasoning and stuff, at least when it comes to the idea of the Soviets having a satellite base in the middle of Africa, yeah, to be fair, it is kind of plausible if you, like, stop and don't think about logic. There we go, that's better. So upper slabs, of course. And then the final act is pretty much just the final third act. Yeah, the third act of the movie is pretty much just going to be me and the rest of our heroes. Yeah, basically our main character and the rest of our heroes go in and, well, there's no better way to put this. Go to the base and kill the rest of the aliens off right there at the station. I mean, to be fair, it's, you know, it. Trust me, it's gonna. Trust me, as boring as, like getting reinforcements together sounds, it's not as boring as you may think because there might be a little bit of, there might be some firefights thrown in there for well, yeah, just to have an action scene, I guess. But in the end, we get like what, four or like three or four different squads together. I also find out that my commander, aka the main character's friend, best friend, I should say, is still alive somehow. Again, don't ask. It's probably not gonna probably not gonna be explained very well because, well, for obvious reasons, I can't exactly, think of a reason why he survived, other than, it serves the, to be quite the convenience for the plot. Anyway, so now I'm gonna be building a water elevator going upwards for the different floors. And yes, it's going to be the same basic design on each side, so there's not going to be much difference. Anyway, so oh, console. What console am I on? Oh, PlayStation. I know. Boo, Sony sucks, but let's face it and say I was raised on PlayStation and I never exactly had an opportunity to own an Xbox. Oops. I mean, I probably did have an opportunity to own an Xbox at one point, but yeah, for for reasons unknown, I honestly couldn't give you guys a straight answer on that one because, well, just because I can't. I can't. I just no. Like, sorry. Book idea. Actually, no, it's a movie. Well, it could be made into a book, but but to be fair, I think it would probably be cooler if it were a movie. Oops. Perfect. Oh, I forgot to add the stone slabs on this section, but so I'll go ahead and do that while I explain the rest of the plot. So, how can I put this? Kind of, sort of. Oops. Let's just say if things go wrong big time. Like, we're trying to hold off the advancing enemy with very limited ammo, but there are a lot more than we expected. Let's be honest. Like, let's be perfectly fair here and say there were a lot. Like, let's just say it begins the whole. I'm getting a PS4 in December. Nice, dude. So like a Christmas present or something. That's pretty cool. And there we go. I can get perfect and oops. There, add a little bit of detail to the sides of it and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just Meme MLG Snipe, how's it going, pal? Anyway, so back to the whole concept thing. So then it's just a race against time to save the planet from certain destruction, pretty much. And in the meantime, there you go. Who's the star of this movie? Oh, you're talking to him. Oh, I'm building in. Actually, to be fair, both, because the whole city building venture is taking place on the same map as the other builds. So, in the end, there we go. We got an office building, and so on and so forth. And just to be perfectly fair here, guys, I'm not going to spend some time building a water elevator for this side because, let's face it, that one was actually a lot harder than it seemed. Or it was harder for me, anyways. But, okay, so back to the concept. So the concept excuse, or no, this isn't just a concept, it's actually a legitimately written script at this point. But, okay, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The thing is one simple thing. It's the fact that the, in the end, after all the ground battle is said and done, the whole ground war thing, we get back to the command center, got, like, partial computer control and stuff, and yeah, we discover, yes, they got a potential armada in orbit, 40 to 50 plus ships, I think. I mean, it's been a long time since I actually read my script. Pro football and pro wrestling. Nice, dude. That's cool. It'd be nice to have another person in the fleet for STO. That'd be pretty fun. Anyway, so also right here, I was thinking about building like a petrol station here, except there's only one little problem. It's too small for it. So, yeah, maybe I might think of something else that'll go here. Maybe a parking lot of some kind that goes in front of like a boathouse or something. that could be pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's what I should do next. His phone's dead. Nah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so maybe next episode, if I ever decide to get back into my city project again, I'll build a parking lot plus boathouse right here. It'll be a very small parking lot, to say the least, but at least it's something. Anyways, that being said, I still have a little bit of time. I can still try to get the ins and outs of this whole my magnum opus completely realized, or semi-realized, I mean. But that being said, I actually um don't know what I'm gonna do next for maybe expand the roads. Yeah, go and expand the roads. Oops. Right? On the roads? Yeah, yeah. But later. Later. Mostly because of my little multi-step plan here for my city. Basically, the multi-step plan is get the architecture set up. Yeah, it's a simple three-step plan. Step 1, architecture setup. Step 2, road setup. And 3, vehicles. Fairly simple. I know I kind of made an exception for the planes up here, however, but they were going to be a part of the city anyways. But yeah, when I finish up with well, steps 1 and 2 are probably going to be kind of, mixed in with each other, considering I'm just expanding roadways here for future projects. Man, I almost ran out of breath there. Gotta be careful. All right. Anyways, so then after the whole ground battle takes place, good guys lose allies, of course, possibly for shock value, of course. And then after that, of course, we discover that there's a huge alien armada in orbit, and then they start coming down and rain. They just start coming down and just bombarding the place. But guess what? The aliens, since they've been at that base, have kind of sort of yeah, so pretty much it's gonna be just that, actually. Excuse me. Anyway, so yeah, and then after that, of course, once they realize, hey, some of our shield generators are down, yet they're still losing ships fast, well, beam some troops to the surface and finish the job. Going for a heavy cruiser in STO. Nice. Yeah, heavy cruisers are extremely reliable in that game. And, okay, so where was I? Oh, yeah, so after the whole special effects extravaganza up in the air, of course, probably can get some aerial shots using a drone, probably. Or hopefully one of my friends has a drone that I could use, because, to be fair, I'm broke AF right now. Make a police station. Of course. What city wouldn't be complete without a police station? Alright, so I go ahead and finish building up the road. Oh, oops. Oops. Yeah, that's alright. We can fix that up. It'll be covered by sidewalks. Now, alright, so anyways, back to that. Back to the story. So the story goes, blah blah blah. We're safe. The alien ships are fine. The rest of the alien ships have finally been neutralized, and the last of the ground units are in retreat. Okay, seems pretty straightforward from there. However, it's not as cut and dry as you guys may think. Hey, what do you know? The one alien that actually survived, you know, being shot up with, survived not being shot up with his friends, actually was still alive and shoots my character, the main character, in the back. Literally. So then, of course, well, let's face it, either through plot contrivances and stuff, or maybe it's just the hero's journey coming to an end. Oh, I have to go to bed early. Oh crap, man, that sucks. Hey, it's fine, dude. It's fine. It was nice having you on the stream while you were here. So yeah, whether it be through plot contrivances or maybe the hero's journey coming to an end, I don't know. The main character actually uses the power source. Wait. Yep. So the aforementioned power source that we are trying to get back, or at least secure for the safety of the human race, because, well, oddly enough, the aliens... Alright, so long story short, the aliens want the power source for one thing, and it's not for infinite energy. Well, it kind of is for infinite energy, but more on that later. Well, yeah, more on that in a few minutes. Or more like a few seconds, actually. Anyway, so, excuse me. So pretty much it's not for like a world destroying weapon or anything, but it's more so for power generation. But it's not the kind of power generation you guys would think. It's not for like powering cities and stuff. It's for powering their artificial wormholes that they can create. It's sort of like their form of hyperspace travel and stuff. So pretty much, pulling out the sciencey techno babble out of my ass here. It's like a wormhole theory. It's the only way they can travel. In fact, that's actually how it's described in the script. So yeah, so give them semi-logical reasoning with a little bit of spectacularly complex science behind it, and then there you go. Human male. All right, I can get behind that. Mine, if it wasn't actually incredibly obvious, is actually Trill. I don't know why. The idea of having multiple lifetimes, of like memories of multiple lifetimes and stuff, really seems interesting to me. Anyways, so yeah, in the end, the aliens actually get enough energy to somehow store up enough energy. I honestly have no idea how, but they send their mothership through to finally finish off the invasion plans. Basically, it was a very slow burn invasion. You know what I'm saying? It was like Signs, pretty much. It's a very slow burn invasion plan. Anyway, so I'm gonna finish up not remastering, but I'm gonna finish up extending this road to another location. And I'm not going to be using my shovel for this one because I want to maximize as much time as possible trying to get the idea of this whole venture out here. But in the end, since the main character actually is not going to survive, like it's actually confirmed that he wasn't going to survive, but let's just say he blows himself up along with the aliens and their mothership. And no, all you, you know, liberal fanatics that think Islam is actually, are actually peacekeepers, which some of them are, but that's beside the point. But the point is no, he does not become a jihadist in the end because of it. No, he just blew himself up to save the world. In other words, he pulled a Terminator 2 or Terminator 3 and then sacrificed himself to save the day. Or no, he minus the heel turn, of course, from the dark side. It was like Darth Vader's turn back to to save Luke Skywalker from being killed by the Emperor, by killing the Emperor himself. So it's sort of like that kind of act of heroism and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So basically, just he sacrifices himself in the end, in other words. Anyways, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. The point is the fact that the fact is the fact that yep, movie over. The epilogue shows everyone finding their homes and stuff, and of course, yeah, the main character, that would be me, actually has a wife in the story as well. And I thought for a second there, other than just the idea of a prequel movie, I thought that was going to be it. And so I'll go ahead and get started on the prequel movie real quick. Or talking about the prequel movie. Pretty much, it's just showing how the alien invasion started and how, the armed forces of the world were dealing with that kind of situation. Actually, go into survival and go ahead and do this now. Interesting plot. Yeah, well, if by interesting, I hope you mean freaking stupid, because it's aliens that have come down to invade Earth, and they have made cardboard boxes sentient to use as their private army. So if by interesting you mean freaking stupid, yes. Oh man, dude, that's just, but that's just me being funny about it. But in all actuality, it could be considered pretty interesting on the outside, and on the inside of the story. Because let's be honest here and say, no, like Doctor Who. Oh, okay. I guess so. I didn't exactly find Doctor Who's plot to be stupid. I just found it to be, or the base plot of it to be stupid. I just thought it was complex, to say the least. But yeah, at the same time, it gets very intriguing, but once you get into it, it gets pretty interesting. Anyway, so the prequel movie, of course, it's a slow burn invasion, just like the original Signs. Yeah, the movie Signs. And then, pretty much, we open to a montage of the character's life, showing, basically just giving the audience an idea of what the character's life was like pre-invasion. And he was just your average stand-up guy, bumbling goofball in his early years, of course. But as he grew older, he actually joins the. I think join is the right word. He actually joins the Marines. Well, temporarily, well, no, his friend joins the Marines. He wasn't exactly cut out for the Marines, but he did make it into the National Guard. So, yeah, so just average life stuff happens, and then, of course, at the military base where this all takes place at, of course, how can I put this? Let's just say it's 5 Marines sitting around sitting around a table in an abandoned storage room in the back of the base playing poker. And no, that's not the start of a bad army joke and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so no, that's not the start of a bad army joke. But anyways, so pretty much, let's just say aliens come out from behind the old cargo boxes, and then they abduct the single heroine Marine, of course, because yeah, let's just say the aliens have a very particular interest in the human females. Don't ask why. Maybe it's because they have boobs. I don't know. But then again, who knows? Anyways, in the end, it was a massacre, pretty much. Like 4 Marines were killed in self-defense. No, I mean they were killing in self-defense, of course, because the aliens started to open fire. They fired back. Let's just say, apparently, standard 5.56 rounds can't penetrate the armor of these aliens, the armor that these aliens wear. So it's like, well, we're talking like standard rounds, not like armor piercing or hollow point or anything. We're just talking standard rounds, so it kind of makes sense. Although some of the aliens would fall down dead, just either to add to the body count, or maybe some of the bullets actually do get through some of the weak spots in the armor. And oh hey, look, the road is actually done. Here we can go in. I have some time. I can go and extend. Actually, wait, no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna extend out the road going in front of the business center here a bit, and then I'm gonna sign off. Cardboard. Yep. Yep. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. They come down like the aliens stand on their own. Cardboard boxes, on the other hand, they made sentient. To after after the invasion begun, they started making cardboard boxes sentient, and there might be some scenes of them coming alive and attacking people. It'd be very corny, but in the meantime, it'd be semi interesting to say the least. Or by interesting, I mean freaking stupid. But no, maybe I might actually go a little cheap there and make like armor out of tinfoil and cardboard. I honestly couldn't tell you guys what the heck I'm gonna do for that kind of costume. But I do have some friends who actually do take like theater and stuff. Who do take like theater classes or theater tech classes and stuff. So it shouldn't be too hard to get, like costume setups and stuff. Of course, it's going to cost me a little bit of a pretty penny, but I'm pretty sure I could do it. Oh crap. Oh, oops. Sorry. Got distracted by my own thought process there. Sorry, I'm really, really excited about this thing because, in the end, so it's just a battle of, well, basically basic aliens versus humans, and not very many cardboard boxes attacking people. The exception of that one scene, of course. But anyways, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So the thing is, well, and of course, pre, like American soldier massacre, or yeah, before that scene happens, let's just say that, and let's just say that, and it's not supposed to depict the Marines as incompetent. It's just supposed to say, yeah, these aliens mean business, and not even America's best can stop them. And then there you go. So that's pretty much what the scene is supposed to say. The scene is supposed to say, the creators have all the respect for the American armed forces, all the respect they can give them, but, we gotta make the aliens threatening somehow. Anyway, so that being said, so before that scene, we actually, in the montage of the main character's life, and, it pops the question to his now wife. And, of course, she says yes, but before she says yes, the bumbling idiot side of him comes out for one last hurrah. And what happens? Let's say he decided to propose to his girlfriend on the courthouse steps. Nice location, if not a little cliched and overused, but here's the thing. he actually panicked on the inside and lost his footing and fell down a total of 2 flights of stairs down the courthouse steps. Yeah, so after that, yes, of course, she says yes. And then after that, pretty much, how can I put this? After 4 to 5 months in the ICU, he got married. Yeah, so, and then of course, after that, and then it cuts to 6 months later when the aliens arrive, of course. And then that's when, I'm assigned to the base as a guard, as a basic guard position and stuff. And that's how I end up at that base. So for all intents and purposes, I'm on base at the time, and then after the whole massacre and stuff, I turn to my commanding officers. We go in and inspect the damage, with a couple of shocked looks on our faces. I'm all like, "Sir, what just happened, son?" Like, I don't know, but my guess is it's way above my pay grade. And no, that's not supposed to be a joke. And no, it's, yeah. The fact that I would actually slip down a flights of stairs after popping the question would probably, yeah, would just probably be just would actually be funnier than it sounds. It's actually funnier than it sounds because yes, she still says yes, and then yes, after 4 months in the ICU, we get married. Anyways, so and of course, so then maybe I don't know. We could say the Russians shot down an enemy, shot down one of the alien scout pods and stuff. It was carrying a whole bunch. It was carrying like 4 aliens, and turns out the 4 aliens were alive, but not exactly hyper intelligent like they are. Let's just say it's like a defensive. I wrote it in as like a defensive mechanism and stuff. It's like survival instincts over anything. So pretty much they basically go like feral cat mode pretty much. Like they stop being domestic and start saving face and start tearing everything in sight to shreds. It's it's just something to raise the stakes, but at the same time it actually makes sense. It makes sense why some of them are extreme like ferocious hunting beasts while the others are, you know, semi-docile and, well, you know, actually able to speak English somehow. Again, it's science fiction. I think it's best if we don't say anything about it. Anyways, so yeah, and then after that, so the majority of the base gets taken over, and they actually brainwash humans to become their slaves, similar to the techniques of making cardboard boxes sentient. But that's beside the point. The point is the fact that is that, well, for all intents and purposes, they end up. I'm gonna move over here to this other side of the map because I'm gonna take a brief break from this real quick. But anyways, so in the meantime, I'm gonna talk while I go over to the other side of the map. Anyways, so with that being said, I so in the end, it's just the climax is pretty much for all. Wow, that was a voice crack and a half. For all intents and purposes, the final act, the climax of the movie will probably be me and my friend leading a squad of potential Marines and stuff, or no, a combination National Guard and Marines. We go in and then we take back the base. It's pretty much that simple. We end the third act, or well, we end the latter half of the third act with a firefight, pretty much. And then, but final closing thoughts, because I'm running out of time here. And the sequel trilogy and the spin-off movie will be talked about in later videos. But pretty much for all intents and purposes, the end of the prequel movie is going to be a Rogue One style ending. It ends where the first movie begins, pretty much. That's pretty much what I got going so far for it. Anyways, so briefly after that, and then, of course, it's the eve of the coming battle and stuff, and we track them to the heart of Africa, and this could end the invasion once and for all. Like, this could discourage the invasion once and for all. So, and then it's up to my friend and I to go in there alone as the only strike team left in existence. Or, well, not the only strike team left in existence, because all the other ones have completed their missions and would probably meet us there. Yeah, they completed their other missions and drove them back to the heart of Africa, and they would eventually meet us there. So, but that's why we went in there alone, to secure the perimeter, of course. Only finding out about a potential, like an old, Soviet Union project that worked on like an infinite power source and stuff, and that's where the whole power source plot comes in. Then there you go. So, but then it's the eve of the coming battle, and then, but he does what. So then he's not able to get any sleep. The character's not able to get very much sleep, mostly because of the fact that, well, hey, it's the eve of a coming battle that could decide the fate of Earth as we know it. But in the end, so he does what any good soldier would do when he's stumped with a problem: ask his wife. Then best advice was to go out, kick ass, take names, and come back alive. And then, of course, let's just say things get a little bit more intimate after that. A little too intimate for a PG-13 rating, so I'll go ahead and skip over that. And then, of course, it ends with, and then, of course, the end shot before the credit sequence, before the end credits roll. The ending shot is us flying away in attack choppers going towards the heart of Africa. Gotta go now. Bye-bye. Okay, pal. I'm gonna finish up what I'm talking about here, and then I gotta go myself. But it was nice having you here. So yeah, so pretty much, and yes, that one-off boning and stuff kind of sort of left my basically at the end of the episode, basically, and okay, so basically, long story short, at the end of part of the prequel movie, they in the end up I end up getting the good news through a video call and stuff before we get deployed, and just a few hours before I get deployed, of the choppers and stuff that'll take us to the locations, or to the location, not locations, and saying, hey, and given the awesome news, be all like, you better come back alive now, sir, because you're gonna have a kid in 9 months. Ha! So, yeah, life just got really good, which also kind of sort of makes it unfortunate when he has to make the command decision to sacrifice himself for the greater good of mankind. And there you have it. That's the prequel movie and the sequel, and not the sequel trilogy, and the main trilogy in a nutshell. And yes, there will be like a line of dialogue in part 2 where we get to know the main character even more, finding out that yes, he does have a wife, and yes, she is pregnant. So yeah, it won't exactly be a surprise left for interpretation during the sequel, or yeah, I mean for the prequel, I mean. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, and then I'm gonna be finished talking about the sequel trilogy and the spin-off movie later. But now I actually have run out of time for today. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment. What do you guys want me to play next? Or maybe talk about next? And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.